Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for my Pisces collective. Any major Pisces placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate. This reading is also not time specific. It is timeless, so whenever you're guided to watch it, there's likely to be a message in here for you. So I guess I saved the best for last this time around, Pisces. Let's see what kind of a message Spirit has in store for you. I'm going to start off with the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. I think get ready for somebody to try to make you do something against your will. Maybe you're going to need to do something risky. I think maybe it's time to take a chance and go after your heart's desires. I do think you have a lot of love for somebody. There is a lot of deep affection in your heart for somebody. And maybe you're dealing with somebody trying to control you, trying to make you stay in a situation that just isn't working, that maybe your heart just isn't in it anymore. So you could be dealing with somebody born the year of the tiger. But I think maybe it's time to make an announcement of some sort. Maybe it's time to announce that something is over and that you're going after deep love and affection. Because I think there's some family matters in the balance that are needing to be addressed. And I think maybe you might need to seek some advice from a good, loyal friend. I do think you're struggling. I really do feel like you're struggling, Pisces. Because I think you know somebody has to leave your life. And that it's likely time to get out of a very dissatisfying situation. I think somebody's been trying to make you stay somewhere, stuck somewhere against your will. You're not happy. You want this person out of your life. You know it's time to get out of this situation. And you, I think, already know where it is your heart wants to go towards. Maybe there's a family divorce proceeding taking place. I do think with the seahorse, it's very lucky energy. Luck is on your side. Perhaps it's time to announce that this situation just isn't working out anymore. That you're done having somebody tell you what to do. You don't want to be there. It's against your will. It's time for somebody to leave your life. This situation is very unhealthy. And maybe you need to go and seek advice from a good friend that you can trust. I think the energy's been screaming at you. It's time to do something risky. It's time to take a chance in a new direction. It's time to follow your heart's inner stirring. I think you're dealing with somebody that does not know how to accept any valid criticism. And I think you are thinking highly of somebody else. And maybe you want to go out and enjoy life again. And I think maybe you're dealing with a very controlling energy here. And maybe there's a family situation in the balance that is needing to be addressed. But I think it's time to deal with this situation once and for all. Maybe you have some regrets. I think you might be dealing with a life partnership. Maybe you regret ever getting into this committed partnership in the first place. I think you wish you could erase the past. I think you've been paying attention to the details and what's been going on behind the scenes. And I do think you know you've got some obstacles ahead to face. But I do think you want to travel towards seizing a new opportunity. And maybe you fear being emotionally vulnerable. Maybe you fear going after what your heart's desires is because maybe you feel you're going to be rejected. But I feel there's something that's needing to be balanced out. You've been very patient, and I feel perhaps now is the time to do that deep heart healing. If you want to live a happy life with a life partnership, somebody that has a lot of affection for you, somebody that is caring, somebody that you deeply think of, that you highly think of, I think you're going to have to get out of a negative situation. Maybe there's a need to say I'm sorry to somebody. Maybe you hurt somebody in the past. I think there's going to be an opportunity for a renewal, a revival, a rebirth of some sort, because the universe has a plan in store when it comes to a fresh start, and perhaps it's time to move. I think it's time to embrace this change. There's better times around the corner, and whoever's trying to make you do something against your will, they're about to get a rude awakening. I think they're trying to accuse you of all kinds of negative aspects. The universe definitely has a plan, and it's kind of feeling like a tower. But I do feel it's time for this renewal. There is definitely somebody that you've been thinking about wanting to spend time with. Somebody that you've been very loyal with. Somebody that's left quite an impression on your heart. And something has to be completely over in order for this renewal. There is a fresh start here. But maybe you hurt somebody in the past. Maybe you have to come forward and make amends. Maybe you left somebody out in the cold because you got caught up in a very controlling, toxic situation. This person has to leave your life if you are to embrace this change and move forward towards what it is that you do want. I think you've been thinking about taking a chance and a risk for quite some time, Pisces. And I think maybe you left somebody out in the cold and you've kept them in the dark for quite some time. And maybe you've been gone away from this person you think highly of for a very long time. Maybe it's time to say the words, I love you, once and for all, because there is love here. And the heart is in focus. You have deep affection and caring for somebody. And maybe you want to take away the pain of the past. I think maybe you've betrayed somebody's trust because you went towards somebody that made you do something against your will. And I do think a possibility for a renewal, but I think get ready for the finger to be pointed at you. Because you're definitely going to need to burn a bridge. And you're likely going to have to work through a lot of fear when it comes to bringing forward an apology. But there is going to be an opportunity for a clean slate, a fresh start, a brand new beginning. But you're going to have to embrace this change. You're going to have to embrace this renewal. Perhaps you're going through a rebirth of some sort, shedding of some old negative ways. I think you've thought about getting out of this situation for quite some time because it's an unhealthy pattern. Maybe you've been married to this person. There's definitely a committed partnership that's over because I think you've got eyes set on somebody new. Quite likely a deep past life connection. And I think you've been thinking about sending a message for quite some time. I think you're navigating carefully, trying to find your determination to bring healing into a situation. And it very well might require you to pack up and move residences in order to restore a sense of balance in your life. I think you're getting ready to announce an ending in order to go towards what it is that you truly desire. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Pisces. I kind of feel a storm's been brewing. You've been in a contract feeling enslaved, held down. It's basically like this energy of an arranged marriage, staying with it for the status quo, maybe because there's been children involved, but I think this perpetuating stuckness is making you feel like you're at the mercy of another who really has been trying to force you to stay in a situation which has brought forward all kinds of resentment. I think you resent being stuck in this situation, in this arranged marriage, and maybe you've stayed out of obligation because of financial stability or because of the status quo within your family structure, your social circle. And I do think maybe you abandoned somebody in the past. And I think you're learning a very hard lesson about your future. I think you do want future successes. And whatever circumstance you're at the mercy of, you always have the choice to take action in a new direction, because I think you've lost your sense of freedom. And this path is definitely filled with all kinds of resentment and wrongdoing. And I feel your perception is shifting because you can't keep staying stuck out of obligation. This union is a false union. And perhaps it's time to achieve a higher level of learning at this point in time. I think you definitely abandoned somebody in the past, and there's a lot of regret about walking away from somebody that I do think you look at as a life partner. I think you're dealing with a mystic healer, and I think a relationship got cut off way too soon, and I don't think you've ever stopped thinking about this person, Pisces. There's definitely loyalty below the surface, and I think you want to go forward and be dedicated. And I think there's a need to talk about this past wounding, this past negative experience, if you are to transcend all of these obstacles. I think you're learning a valuable lesson. I think you're coming into a place of enlightenment of the fact that you're in an unrequited love situation. And I think you've been unable to be with the one that truly has your heart. And a part of you inside feels dead and broken, and you are being guided to leave a negative situation and to go towards some healing. I do feel you're dealing with a healer of some sort, somebody that has healing hands. And perhaps it's time to step into devotion, to step towards your calling, because abundance and blessings are around the corner. But you're going to have to release a long-standing family burden if you are to travel towards the person that truly holds your heart, Pisces. Let's jump in with some tarot. I think you're sorry. I think you're deeply sorry. Somebody here feels very badly for abandoning you. Let's take them. Oh my gosh. We get the Three of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Three of Cups. We have the Temperance, the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Magician. So somebody definitely has a lot of passion for this Empress, whether this is your energy or somebody you're dealing with. There's a masculine here that has a lot of passion for this Empress. I feel this is one energy together, the Empress and the High Priestess. You're dealing with a healer, a mother, somebody that has the ability to manifest anything they want in their life. There's universally driven change, and I feel there's without a doubt been some third-party interference with the threes. I think you've been working in a connection with somebody where it's been, you know, full of masks. It's been a masquerade. Nobody's being honest. Maybe it's been a party. I think you are encouraged to take action towards your heart's desires, but maybe it's going to take a lot of communication. It's definitely going to take action. Somebody's got some visionary drive and is finding their determination to passionately go after this Empress. There is a need for moderation and balance, and I do feel somebody's been stricken with the rods of love, and I also feel you've held on to this connection secretly for a very long time. Pisces energy, Taurus, Libra, we have Capricorn, Cancer here, Sag. Is going to take some communication. It's going to take a lot of communication. Somebody here has all of the tools that they need to take action and to speak up. And I think somebody is working through some fear when it comes to coming forward for a new soul contract. I think this is going to be a connection where the two of you will work very well together. And it most definitely is going to lead to a higher level of commitment. But what needs to die away first? Could be dealing with a Scorpio. Wherever you've been at, you've put a lot of time and effort into a foundation, and it's not yielded any growth. It's not yielded any financial successes. And I think you know it's kind of time to pack up and move homes. There's something being illuminated about a brand new beginning, but you're going to have to shed a negative situation, and somebody for sure is going to have to leave your life. If you are to take that leap of faith, I think you're having a major awakening, epiphany moment when it comes to something very toxic. And I think you've been in the depths of some shadowy aspects when it comes to releasing a situation that has turned stagnant and dry. Because the energy is saying you can't stay stuck at the crossroads. It's really time to take that first step, to go after your manifestations, because you've been dreaming about this for a very long time, Pisces. And your ships are going to sail away, because this Empress ain't going to come in and chase anybody. She knows her worth, she knows her value, and she's sitting pretty about to reap a harvest. She will unconditionally love and accept you, but she will not unconditionally tolerate any type of abuse or mistreatment. So somebody here is at the crossroads, could be dealing, like I said, with a Taurus, Scorpio, or an Aries. But this is a major wake-up call. Somebody's getting a major wake-up call. They know it's time to take action. They know it's time to defend this connection and to lead through their heart. And I do think maybe this is somebody that you betrayed in the past. Maybe this Empress was deeply betrayed in the past, but somebody's getting ready to do the right thing. The Emperor is a boss, a leader. He leads with love and light, and he does what it takes to make a negative situation right. So I think somebody's praying that it's not too late to make amends. It's not too late to, you know, have this deep love and affection in their life, because there's healing around the corner. Somebody's getting ready to reach out with an offer, an invite of some sort. I think maybe children have been a factor. The Empress is a mother. This is wish fulfillment, but it's going to take rigorous authenticity. You're going to have to be honest. You're going to have to be open, and you're not going to be able to hold anything back. I think somebody wants a brand new beginning, a clean slate, a do-over, because they see a lot of love here, and they know the time is now to move on from a very heartbreaking situation with a very controlling, demanding, feminine energy that's been trying to get somebody to do something against their will. And this has been a long-standing burden rooted in childhood patterns. There's been blocks. Somebody's had the rose-colored glasses on. And there is a need to rebalance the situation from the past once and for all. Let's see what some underlying energies are, Pisces. Secrets, illusions, Pisces energy. I think somebody's been living under the veil of illusion. And it's time to walk away. Somebody's been secretly pining over a missed opportunity from the past. Something that they've never been able to let go of. That's all they can think about is this missed opportunity. And they're getting ready to walk away from something very toxic, very dissatisfying, something that's not brought them any emotional fulfillment or contentment. They're in search of wish fulfillment. They're in search of their happily ever after. And I think they're walking straight towards this pre-Empress energy. Because it's crossroads time, it's decision time. Somebody's at the divine why, and there's a divine feminine here that has a lot of spiritual protection, that is in connection with the guides and the angels and her higher self. Virgo energy, Venus energy, Taurus energy. Somebody that's got a lot of love for you too is what I'm feeling. And, you know, she's not coming looking for you. She's standing there pretty. Quite likely could be dealing with a business owner of some sort. And the doorway is being presented to walk through. Are you going to choose to repeat another negative cycle, or do you want to walk through the doorway of a brand new, loving, and affectionate connection is kind of what I'm feeling. I think somebody in the past was on guard. They had their walls up. They played into their ego. And I think they backstabbed and betrayed this pre-Empress. And now somebody wants to come back and make things right. They're ready to boss up and to be that leader, to be that father, to do the right thing. Let's see what a potential overall outcome is. Movement. Moving on to a brand new beginning. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of creative drive. Somebody's emotions are about to explode for this Empress. There's a lot of passion here. And somebody's life force energy is being activated. I also feel somebody's really been taking time going within, learning a lesson, really sitting in it for quite some time before deciding to take action. Cancer, Virgo energy. Because I think they felt stuck. They felt like there was no way out of this toxic situation. They felt controlled. They felt manipulated. And there is going to be victory after sorrow. So whoever's been holding on tight to you, not letting you leave their life, trying to control a situation that is needing to die away, I think somebody is getting ready to quickly get out of that negative situation. And they want to come in with an apology, because I think somebody fears this Empress has a lot of options on the table now. And they want to rush in because they've never let this Empress go. And all they can think about is bringing forward an apology and making amends. So let's look into this King of Wands. Judgment. Somebody's been sitting with a whole lot of truth about a missed opportunity. There is a lot of regret. There's a lot of guilt and shame and regret about walking away from a deep spiritual soulmate connection. The two of you feel alive together, childlike innocence together, and somebody regrets going towards a third-party masquerade because they see clearly now, this is my person. There's a lot of truth. Somebody's definitely going through an awakening of some sort, a death, a rebirth, a period of soul retrieval, and wanting to come in for a reconciliation because they see clearly now what they missed out on. And this King of Wands is getting ready to do something risky and to take a chance on love, because there is a brand new beginning here. But you're going to have to release something very toxic and codependent. Somebody's been chained to a very controlling energy, addictions, codependencies. And I think perhaps it's time to go towards love. I feel a masculine that's been making plans to sneak away, to run away from a situation that has felt like a prison cell, that's felt like a entrapment, and a bubble's about to get burst because there's a lot of truth washing over somebody. And I think perhaps it's time to speak that truth and to bring healing into a situation that I think caused you both a lot of pain, a lot of pain. And, you know, to maybe bring forward what was not reciprocated in the past. Somebody was definitely given to more than one, and they've been sitting on the fence juggling, making this decision for quite some time. But somebody's getting ready to throw up their hands in the air and take a risk, take a leap of faith, and move beyond this manipulative behavior. So I think get ready for some honest communication coming up here, because somebody's got all the tools they need to manifest a reunion, but it's going to take a lot of honesty. So let's look into this star energy. This is healing a childhood wound. I do feel healing wishes. Somebody is definitely getting a wake-up call, a new shift in perspective, a higher perspective of this situation. Somebody's been playing the martyr, stuck in an illusion, stuck in a fantasy. And I think they're definitely getting a wake-up call, and maybe there's been blocked communication. But somebody knows the time is now to expand beyond this illusion. If they want their wish fulfillment, they're definitely going to have to take grounded action towards restoring a sense of balance. And I do think this will lead to a very happy family life. But you got to get out of something toxic first and foremost, Pisces. So let's see what needs to come through from Spirit. What other messages need to come through from Spirit when it comes to this message? Yeah, somebody's in a situation fraught with deception, manipulation, gaslighting, belittling. And I feel somebody needs to try a different approach if they want to go towards their wish fulfillment. I feel there is a lot of divine protection surrounding this situation. Do not over worry yourself. Do not get up in your head, because this negative situation is not worthy of the time that you've spent worrying about it. There's going to be a major release because somebody is getting ready to try a new approach and to embrace this necessary transition. There's definitely a necessary transition happening at this time, and I think somebody's been overthinking. How do I come in? How do I make this right? Oh my God, what am I going to say? And it's become like this obsessive pattern of over processing. How do I fix this? And I do feel somebody is so grateful to have this Empress in their life. They look at this Empress as a gift, as a treasure. And I think pretty soon you're going to understand exactly why everything had to play out exactly the way that it did, Pisces. Somebody is maturing. Somebody's gaining a lot of wisdom from a very toxic situation. And they know it is necessary to stop compromising their values. I think somebody stayed stuck in a toxic situation because they were afraid to be alone. They were afraid to be rejected if they came back to the past. And I think you're going to successfully overcome these problems, Pisces. And soon you're going to understand exactly why everything had to play out the way it did. So stay in those positive thought vibrations. Stay in that positive thought process, because the impact and the outcome is going to be amazing. And I think, you know, if you're the one that's been overthinking reaching out, I think you should reach out. They miss you. Somebody here misses you deeply. And the divine is kind of taking the lead on this one, because I feel you're learning a valuable lesson, and it's kind of time to break free of a situation that's been depleting you and not reciprocating, and to go after what your true heart's desires is. And that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, Pisces. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.